Chris, quite a bit of excitement here. So Cinderella stories have not come to the big dance. No mid-majors made the Sweet 16 for the first time ever. Has this tournament lived up to expectations so far?
It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of good games, but the first weekend just kind of didn't really have what a lot of us associate with the tournament, which is upsets, Cinderellas, buzzer beaters. You showed the one. That was the only one that came down to the final shot on the weekend. And as you mentioned, no mid-majors. Only 4 conferences make up the entire Sweet 16. The SEC got a record 7 teams in. So it was very chalky over the first weekend. That should make for a very good second weekend, though, in the Sweet 16 and beyond, because we have a lot of really good teams still in the tournament who are now going to play each other the rest of the way.
Yeah. Why do you think the power schools have been so dominant?
Well, it's hard to say if this is a one-off, an aberration, or if it's a trend of things to come. However, the advent of NIL allowing players to make money off their name, image, and likeness, and the transfer portal, which has allowed players to move schools easily, has led to a lot of the best players from the smaller schools move up to the bigger schools. And so that could mean fewer upsets down the road, more of the bigger schools in the tournament moving forward. But it also has only been 1 year. Last year we had Yale win, we had Oakland beat Kentucky. So it's hard to know if it's a sign of things to come or not. But yeah, if you're a fan of Cinderella, it didn't happen this year, and you might be a little concerned that we may get less of that moving forward.
Yeah. So the SEC got 14 teams into the tournament, a record 7 still standing. Did they deserve so many bids in the first place? And could we see an all SEC Final Four?
We could. Yeah, a record 14 teams. There's only 16 teams in the conference, so almost everybody made it in. The previous record was 11, so they blew that record away. The previous record for Sweet 16 teams was 6, and they got 7. This was the best conference in college basketball all year long. It was very obvious, but we knew how the conference did in the tournament, especially the top of the conference, would determine how it did. And the top 9 teams are 15-2 in the tournament, while the bottom 5 went 0-5. Did they deserve 14? I don't know. They're really good, but clearly the top of the conference is really good.
Yeah. So the lone ACC team left standing is Duke. Cooper Flagg led the charge for them with 18 points against Baylor. How good has this freshman phenom been in this tournament overall?
He's been great. He came off an injury. He sprained his ankle in the ACC tournament. People weren't sure what his status was going to be. He has played. He's been great. He's going to be the #1 pick in the upcoming NBA draft. So there's a lot of attention on him, a lot of eyes on him. Duke is my pick to win the national championship going in. They're tops on my bracket, and 2 games in, they look the part so far.
All right, we've got about a minute left, but a few days to gather ourselves before the Sweet 16 tips off on Thursday. What matchups are you keeping a close eye on?
There's a few. Auburn versus Michigan should be a lot of fun. Auburn is the #1 overall seed in the tournament, while Michigan has been a bit of a surprise to get to the Sweet 16. You've got Kentucky versus Tennessee. That's an all SEC matchup. Going back and forth, you'll have Alabama, BYU, which should be a really high-scoring game between 2 teams that put up a lot of points. So, like I said, there aren't any Cinderellas really going into the second weekend, but there are a lot of heavyweights that should make for a lot of really good basketball the second weekend and the Final Four.
Yeah, should be. All right, Chris Vanini with The Athletic. Chris, thank you so much.